Well, I'm delighted to say now that we're joined on uDiscover by a frequent visitor to the UK, and that's Charlie Worsham. Hi, Charlie.
Hey, it's good to be back.
Nice to see you. Are you in the British accent yet? It's coming along, isn't it?
Well, I've got the Mississippi accent is pretty deeply entrenched, so it might take a few more trips before.
Yeah, that's right, yeah, because you're a proper Southern gentleman, of course.
Well, I did. I got to grow up in the state that really gave birth to American music, and in large part is, you know, if you really want the full story, is thanks to y'all as well. Because so many folks came over and got stuck in the Appalachian Mountains there, and I guess a few people made wrong turns and ended up in Mississippi.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we tend to think of your home state and hometown in particular as, you know, one of the homes of the blues, really, don't we?
No, absolutely. The Mississippi Delta and the Hill Country in Mississippi are birthplace to the blues. And for me, in my own musical journey, those are the records that I learned to play to, listening along to.
Can you define what it is to be Southern? Is it a thing? I mean, is it something you can describe in words?
I think it tends to be. I think people do everything a little more slowly in the South. Whether you're talking about the food, the barbecue, and all the Southern cooking that you get, but also it gets so hot, at least in Mississippi and in the American South, that you can't really afford to move too quickly. You know?
That's the secret, then. You just,
I guess, I don't know.
Slow down.
Yeah.
You've got a track on your current album called Southern by the Grace of God.
That's right.
Which tells me that you're pretty proud of it.
Well, I am, and you know, it's an interesting thing. I am also, I think, part of the sort of chip on my shoulder I had when I wrote that song was, I remember hearing so many songs at the time on the radio that were talking about how country this guy was or how country this other person was, and I just remember thinking to them, well, y'all, my Uncle Ronnie, he prides himself on having cut his own hair his whole life with the dog shears. The same, you know, and I'm like, I don't think that you can out-country me. No. And then this sort of phrase that out-country me kind of came to be, and so we wrote the song around that.
Yeah. So country really is a state of mind. It's a state of haircut.
It is, and that's, you know, that's a big thing in country music and always has been. You can go back to when Bill Monroe took Jimmy Rogers songs and sort of hyped them up with the bluegrass mandolin picking, and you can find articles from the 1930s going, this Bill Monroe guy is ruining country music. So it's a debate that's never going to end, you know, what is country.
That's right.
But like you said, it's a state of mind, it's a state of heart. We're out here in the beautiful Midlands in the UK, and you couldn't get more country than this.
That's right, yeah. But you're right, that debate did not start with Taylor Swift, did it?
No, not at all, and it will not end there either.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
The other thing I hear in your music, and particularly on this album, is soul. I mean, there's soulful traces in there too, aren't there?
Oh, absolutely, and that's also a product of my musical geography growing up. I grew up 100 miles south of Memphis, Tennessee, home to Stax Records, and you go, you know, 100 miles, I guess, east of there, and you hit Muscle Shoals, where so many great records were made. Aretha Franklin, her first recordings, you know, and even after she recorded in New York, they brought up the players from the Muscle Shoals area, and it's hard to hear an Al Green track and not be greatly moved and affected by it.
Yeah, and I've had the pleasure of going to that studio, you know, Royal Studio, where they made those records, and it's you just drink it in, you know.
Yes, absolutely. There really is something to place and a sense of place.
Yeah. So that is in the songs. I mean, whether you meant it or not, it's there,
I couldn't help it. If I wanted to, I couldn't take it out.
Yeah. Yeah. So here you are at the first Long Road Festival. What's your early impressions of it?
Well, I'm picking up vibes from all of my favorite festivals, and I've been fortunate to attend a few, both performing and as a fan. I mean, we're getting some Bonnaroo vibes going out here, and some Stagecoach. And the weather is much more pleasant than Bonnaroo, Tennessee, in the middle of summer. Right. So I'm grateful
today,
for that.
At least.
Yeah, today at least.
We've had some grey skies, but it's shining on you today.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited, and I love the different themed stages. The honky tonk stage, I really do feel like I could step out and be on Lower Broadway in Nashville. And the front porch stage reminds me of the bluegrass festivals I used to attend growing up, and makes me just wish I had another week to hang out here.
Yeah, I mean, it really does look like a front porch in Nashville or something.
It really does, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw the chimney even smokes a little bit.
That's right,
pretty cool.
Yeah, we thought Willie Nelson was in there last night.
Yeah.
So you're playing a show later on, and then what happens to you after that? Where are you off to?
Gosh, I'm here for a couple more days, doing some press in London, and then I fly home, and I'm getting hitched. In just shy of 2 weeks, I'm getting married.
I didn't know that. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I'm excited.
Okay. So you actually get a day or two off for that? Or?
I got a couple of days to get my sense of the time zone back to Nashville time. But I'm really fired up. We're celebrating getting married at a church on Belmont and celebrating at the Studio A of the Grand Ole Opry House where they used to film Hee Haw.
Oh wow!
Which will be really fun. And my favorite band, the Time Jumpers, is going to perform at the reception. And thankfully for Kristen, who the woman I'm marrying, she's half of our first dates were my gigs, so it'll be a chance for us to enjoy a night of entertainment and music, but I'm actually not working. Right.
So, unusually, yeah.
Yeah.
So what did you say to her? I'm just off to do a few gigs in Europe and the UK.
I
will be back.
Well, no, and it's one of those things though too that she's dying to come over and experience everything with me. She did a semester abroad in Dublin and loves being over here, but hasn't worked out yet when my tours were happening. But she'll be tagging along before too long.
Yeah, of course.